Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your boy Benji. On this episode, we call it the Enthrone Artist Review. Hashtag Enthrone Artist Review. That's the hashtag that we're gonna be using. So on this episode, we're gonna be bringing a new kid on the block. No, a new dope artist on the block. It goes by the name of Zulu Ivy. So we'll be discussing more about his music, his upcoming EP, which is gonna drop soon, and he'll tell us when will it drop. So please like, share, subscribe, and please tell your friends to tell their friends to subscribe and do the most. It's your boy Benji. Arabagene dog. Welcome Zulu Ivy. It's good to have you here.
Thanks, man. It's a pleasure, being here. Just to say it, it's my first time ever doing a virtual review, whatever you call it. So it's really an honor to be here. Thank you very much, man.
All right. So please tell us who you are, what you do, and what can we expect, or what we'll expect from you.
Definitely. I go by the name of Zulu Ivy. I've recently, embodied that name. I was formerly known as Nash, but I will tell you why I had to change from Nash to Zulu Ivy. That's a story for another day. But right now I go by the name of Zulu Ivy. But my name actually is Zondo. I'm 24 years old, for those who don't know. I was born and raised in Berea, which is a suburb near Hillbrow. So it's kind of hard to separate the two. So you can say I grew up in Hillbrow, where I grew up living with my father and my mother, my stepmother, that is. I used to go to a school called Enthrone College. I think that's where this music thing started, inspired obviously by different artists. These maybe Drake, Justin Bieber was the forefront of it all. So that's where it started, and I've been forever evolving since then, with my sound, with the style, with the type of style of music that I'm putting out. And besides music, I'm a guy that loves movies. I love soccer. I love ladies. I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. Yeah, so I'm just a normal guy. Besides the music,
So I've heard your music. There's this song the first song in your EP, which is going to drop, and obviously you'll tell us when. So the new song that I heard, it was talking about Baba.
So Baba is a song of appreciation more than anything. I think we don't really thank our fathers for the jobs that they have put in to ensuring that we have a better life. I mean, my father had to play a pivotal role after we lost my biological mother. So he was always there through all of it, my ups and downs and all of that. And I think I owed it, and I owe it. I mean, I don't even think I owe it to him, to thank him for the wonderful job he has done, into raising me, for all those hard work he has put in, those long hours of work, those long distance of traveling, just to ensure that I have all the necessity or all.
So basically, it's like your hero.
Yeah, definitely number one. He's my hero. All of the other heroes, they come before him. He's my number one.
And that's great. Big shout out to your dad, my God.
Thanks, man.
So another song, this one I believe is like too personal or too deep. When you recorded it, so it's about Mama. So like I've seen or I've heard many songs about Mama. Can you tell us more about what inspired you to write the song about Mama? So what really inspired you to write the song, and what was on your mind that time when you were writing the song?
Cool. So if you listen to this Mama song of mine, it's kind of like, it has a different feel, because the person I'm writing to, she deceased when I was, in grade 2. I think I was about 7 years old. That's when she passed on. So really, it's just a song, asking her that wherever she is, does she still remember me? Does she remember us? Does she see all the success I've had, all the struggles I've been, through, and not taking or forgetting that I remember her. I would be lying.
Yeah.
There's a part where I say, which simply means I would be lying if I say I don't miss you. I miss you like every day, because, I sometimes wonder how life would have turned if, she was here with us today. So it's just more or less like rhetorical questions being asked to a person that I know. Obviously she's not gonna answer me, but just letting it out. And this is just the opening. I mean, it's still a long story that I'm gonna tell about my mother through music, obviously. So this, I used it as like the baseline introduction of how I really felt about her passing and me. How am I coping? How am I doing? What questions do I have? And I heard you ask me the day I was recording it. It was funny because I recorded most of these songs or this EP in one night.
Right.
Because I have that mentality of I practice before I go to the studio.
All right, that's dope.
So I don't use the studio to practice. By the time I get to the studio, I've already practiced. So this song, I recorded it at about 2 a.m. So you can imagine it was super quiet. You could literally drop a needle and everyone would hear it drop. And I tried to also make the room, appealing to the emotion that I was trying to get out to the song. And we just turned off the lights and it was completely dark. Only the monitors were on, and that put me in my element. I think I felt closer to her than I can ever feel, and that is why even the emotions, you can feel them through the song. So that was just an inspiration that look, mom, I hope where you are looking down on me. I hope you still remember us. You still remember, because there's even a part where I say my grandmother it's something that I experience. Most of the time when I go back to KZN, Newcastle, every time I get there, my grandmother would literally cry about my mother, because I'm the only son my mother left in this world. So it was just conversations with my mother basically on that song.
That's dope, and that's very, very deep. I'm glad you shared that with us. And so we have spoke about what's deep in your life, such as Ubaba and Mama. So now we come into the latest part. So now I can see there's like Moyesela. I don't know if I said it correctly.
No, you said perfectly. I mean, there's no master of pronunciation. It's Moyesela in Zulu. So
So Moyesela, I don't even know what it means, but that's something to do with your love life. Can you please tell us more about that? Because we just want to know about the EP that we're going to get from you. So can you please tell us more about the Moyesela?
Cool. So first and foremost, I heard you saying I was good to Moyesela. So Moyesela just basically means to smile.
Okay.
Just smiling.
Hey.
Because the song, like you say, basically I love you when you start to smile. Because you look beautiful. When you smile. Not to say you don't look beautiful when you frown.
I get you.
I love you more when you're happy.
I guess.
So so the song obviously was just an appreciation for the women, all of the women out there. If you're a guy and you are dating a girl, it's very important that we share these things with our women. We compliment them where we need to. She goes and has a new hairstyle, you compliment them. She smiles, you compliment them. It's a must. Because the little things that we do, the women really appreciate them. So Moisel was just that song, appreciating women, and to be in particular appreciating a woman, obviously, in my life, that means so much. And you know, I love it when she smiles, love it when she's, you know, happy. So it's basically those songs, those lovey-dovey songs, and it's something that I have been, you know, through, and I think I lacked it. Appreciating.
We're learning today. I don't even know what Moezela means, you know, but so thank you very much for educating us, Moezela. Now I know what it means. I'm gonna say that to my girlfriend. I'm like, I love you when you Moezela. It's pretty dope. Yeah, so Ngilindane now, this song, I love it. This is the song that I love. I like dedicated to my wife, to my girlfriend. I'm dedicated to her. So can you tell us more? Ngilindane now.
So Ngilindane now, it's basically, it's in two folds, right? So it's the first fold, it's about that, you know, undying love and patience that women have for us as men when we leave home and we go to the big city. So, you know, in the old days, your grandfather would leave your grandmother home and they would go to the city, and a lot of summers, a lot of Decembers would pass and your grandfather wouldn't come home. She would miss your grandfather, and she would wait for your grandfather to actually come back, even if it takes 5-6 years. She would be holding the household at home intact. So to me, that's the first fold. It shows the undying love, the undying patience, and then the second part of it is just, you know, the heartbreaking part of it. That during that wait, you know, there's a lot of things that you are going through. There's a lot of longing. There's a lot of temptation. You know, there's a lot of faith that you know might be punishing because of that waiting. Because like the chorus, you know, now basically means that, you know, a dam, the water is even evaporated and it's no longer a dam, and you're not coming back home. The grass has grown until it was bent, and I'm still waiting for you, and you're not coming home. And so that song really, when I wrote it, it took me back to the life that our grandmothers, grandfathers left, and I could pick up something, you know, beautiful from it, the patience.
The patience.
And you know, the funny thing is that in our generation now, patience is, you know, 0 to 0. You know, we are not patient enough when it comes to love, you know. And we are not willing to wait. You know, it's always, if you don't do this 1 month, 1 week, we over. You know, so I think we need to embody it. You know, we need to know that love is patient, love is kind. You know, and like I always say, Rome wasn't built in one day. So
so this song is basically like the same with the one, the Shonalanga. Because like I feel like they relate in some way. They do, right?
Yeah, definitely. And you know, it's a good thing that you spotted that. And in the way I've track listed them as well on my EP. The first part is Ngilindane now. The second part now speaks to the part of the man in the city. So the man is in the city, is working hard, and he does want to go home, because there are situations where it's not that the man doesn't want to go home. It's just, you know, the situation that it doesn't allow them. But when they get that chance to go home, it's a beautiful moment. Because like I say on the song, Shona la, so basically it says, I want to go home. You know, can the sun set? You know, I miss my mother, I miss my mom, I miss being at home. So Shonalang is basically that trip from the city, from wherever you are, and going back home. That feeling of being at home, surrounded by your family, surrounded by things that, you know, you grew up with. Because there's a part where I say, Ngikumbula Amasi, Ngikumbula Uglusa, Ngikumbula Ubuhush. Amasi, we all know what Amasi is. Uglusa, you know, being the shepherd of cows or sheep. And then Ubuhush, it's basically swimming in the river. Those are things that we do when we at home, you know. And those things are very close to home when you grew up in such a setting. But I don't want to limit it to only speaking about rural areas. Even the city life, you've been in Cape Town, you're coming back, going to Sandton, you're missing your family, you're missing your dog, you're missing your mom, and it's just a nostalgic song, if I can put it that way, if I pronounce that word properly. If I didn't, sorry, but it's just a homesick type of song.
I get you. So like I can, you actually telling the truth with regards of the song, like the listening part, because I can see now you're talking about Uzobuya after Shonalanga. So like they relate, like all the songs relate. It was first Mama, Baba, Moisela, which is smile. That's what I learned today. And then Ngilindane Nawe, and then now is Shonalanga, and then now is Uzobuya.
Yeah.
So like they
it's what we go through every day, and I think just to go back to one of the questions that somebody asked me to say, you've been doing music in English all of the time, rapping, singing in English. Why did you move from English to Zulu? To be quite honest with you, in Zulu I can express myself. The room to explore is very big, because the things I speak about in my music is the things I live, is the things I've seen somebody go through or I've went through. These are real things. I felt, for me personally, I felt when I was doing it in English, it was limiting me. It was always gonna be the flex, I got dope chick, got dope car, I'm sipping the dope liquor. But now I feel like with the Vanag, ngikhona ukuzi-expressa, kakhulu. And music engiwenzayo will not only relate to each generation, it relates to everyone. Doesn't matter you young, you old, mdala, whatever. It relates. So Izobuya, basically, it's about a guy and the girl. So they've been dating, and the guy is arguably hustling to give both the girl and himself a better life. But remember the patience I talked about. So the girl doesn't have patience rather, and then the girl decides to leave the guy, and and the different set, the guy leaves the girl. Basically, you can look at it in two different folds, but the end goal there is that once either that girl or guy that has been left, they start to pick up their life. They are starting to now be something great. They've met this person that they love. They've moved on their lives. Now the people that left them want to come back. Now it's like, I want you back, and tell my life back, because there's a part where obviously I said, no ngelinye ilanga uzobuya ubuke manje ucela amalafe yabo. And so the first verse on that song kind of like sets the mood of that song straight, because it says impilo yami ihlange, my life just came together. Manje ufuna ubuya, hell no, you wasted my time, I'm gone bye-bye. So
that's dope.
Basically that's just what that song is.
So from Nash RSA to Zulu Ivy. So as you just explained now, so reason why you did that is because of when you are, if I can say that, when you Zulu Ivy, you can be more expressive with the emotions and talk more about what is happening around. And then Nash is screw. Okay, so I was meaning to ask you about that, but since you played that one, I'm glad you did. So the last song is Wena.
So Wena, guys, very wavy song. It's very dope. I featured my brother there. Dream. We started this thing together. With nothing, and we have ever since been working to perfecting it. So when it's just you telling your girl that you love them, there's only them, in your heart, because it says
so it's the only song that you featured someone on it, artist on it. It's the only song, because and for one reason only. I remember this day we were just sitting, me, him, and the squad, and the beat came up,
and you know, I started humming to this thing, and I started singing it, and you know, he just turned around and was like, dude, this song's fire. I was like to him, and mind you, people don't know this, but people think that Moizela was the first Venex song I came up with, but that's no. When I was actually the first Venex song that I did, that was when. And he was like, bro, let's run with this, and I was like, I'm not sure, bro. Venex. Then he's like, trust me, it's dope, you know.
Very dope.
And then I recorded the song, recorded with the phone, I sent it to a couple of people, they got back, they were like, yo bro, this is good, you need to really record it, and you know what impressed me about the song, which resulted into me obviously featuring him, is that he even went as far as recording the verse before me. He went and he recorded the verse with his phone, and he wrote it, and he came and he played it for me. He's like, this is what I have. And I was like, wow, this is dope. And that is why even on the song you would hear, it sounds like he featured me, because he sings the chorus. He also does the first hook. I do the last hook. But it's a very, good, loving song. It talks about the future. It makes you very hopeful about love. It talks about the direction that you wanna head to with your love life. And you know, I started the EP with thanking my father, which is optimism, and I'm gonna end it as well with a lot of love, and that is why I decided to put When I is last, because when you listen to the EP, I don't want it to leave you sad.
That's true.
But I want it
doesn't have to be like that.
I want it that when you are done listening to it from track 1 to track 7, I want you to be happy about it, and 2, to understand the dynamics that EP comes with, and that's why I decided to call it University of Time. If you look at university is an institution, right, that has different subjects, science, economics, what. So this EP has all of those aspects. So I looked at it as a university. It's gonna speak about all the forms of love, because if you look at it, Ubaba, that's a fatherly love. Umama, that's a motherly love. Moizela, that's a girl love. A girl that you not dating, whether you're dating them or you're not dating them, right? And then if you look at Belinda and Awen, that's hopeful love.
That is,
And if you look at Shona Langa, that's family.
It is,
because you've been home. And then if you look at Uzobuya, that's the bad love. That's where the person has left you for either a car, for money, or whatever, and then their life is just not working out, and they want to come back. And then when, for me, it's one of the most important love. It's the love you have for no one else but your girlfriend, your wife, your fiance, or whatever you call them. That is the love you have, and you need to constantly tell them. Because I've realized that in relationships, we become too complacent. After I've married you, or after I've been with you for 6 months, I no longer do the things I used to do when you started. I no longer make myself look nice. As guys, we have a problem. We think that it's only girls that are supposed to look nice for us. But you going to cut your hair, making sure that your nails are clean, even the way you wear, the way you smell, goes a long way for your wife or your girlfriend. So when it's just about that, just about the love that you had for that person. So I call it the consistent love. Call it the consistent love. That is.
It's been an honor having you around, my man. And thank you very much for sharing this. I know we're the first guys. This is exclusive. So we're the first people to actually interview you and review the EP that you're going to drop. So the biggest question now is, when is it gonna drop?
Well, I've been struggling with the date because it's been like 3 months now me having recorded the EP, but I've finally decided that let me give it to the people. So on the 4th of September midnight. The EP will be live on all streaming service, Google Music, Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, Hot One Radio. I can name all of them. SoundCloud. So it caters for anyone, and anyone. So it's gonna be live there. So yeah, and the biggest plan that we have, me and my team, is just to make sure that we record all the music videos. So it's 7 songs, and we want to record all 7 music videos for the songs, because like I said, there's a story we want you to follow. Do the music. So yeah, it's been an honor being here. It's been great, and you know, I don't take it for granted. I really thank you.
So future plans, biggest artist that you're gonna work with, or an artist that you're planning to work with, or what's the plan ahead?
Definitely, I have big plans. I have a lot of people I want to work with, but you know, like I said to you, I want my music to be meaningful.
Definitely.
And you know, I'm not saying the guys that are doing certain type of music are not important, but I think, you know, I need to work with somebody that kind of like matches my brand. So just from the top of my head, Aubrey Kwana is one of them. We recently dropped a dope EP in Vulamlomo. Java, the pioneer of the sound. I would really like to work with him.
Pretty dope,
you know, MT, I would really like to also work with. MT has actually been my favorite South African artist.
I know, you've been playing MT ever since.
Ever since. And he's still playing now. So I would also like to, you know, work with him. You know, internationally, I mean, anyone. You know, anyone. I don't have a specific international artist that I want to work with. Oh yeah, in AKA.
Dope.
In Casper. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're gonna. All right. So now we're wrapping up the show. Can you tell us where can people find you?
Yeah, man. Social media handles. If you follow me on Twitter, I'm ZuluIV official. On Instagram, I'm Zulu_IV. Facebook, I'm just Zulu_IV. So yeah, those are the platforms you can get me at. I'm still developing, obviously, all these other platforms. Your TikTok, I go by the name of ZuluIV as well. And yeah, so YouTube as well, most important.
Great stuff. Do follow. So great stuff. Do follow. And now we're wrapping up the show. Do find me YouTube, same Enthrone Music EM. Facebook, Benji, Enthrone Music EM, and on Instagram, Twitter, find me there. We're playing a song. We're gonna leave you with the song titled Mama, the one he explained about his mom, obviously. So it's a good song. So hope you're gonna like it. Stay tuned. Do like, share, subscribe, and share again with your friends.
We out.
Ngaba mama mangithi mina wena mama ngisakhumbule ngaba mama mangithi mina wena mama usangikhalisi